counter.
So even when a child's just rolling around and just checking things out, you still want to make sure the counter's going on with them. Now in her case, what she does, which I wish I could change it on her, she has a longer torso. So what she does more is she likes to move her torso left to right versus having a counterbalance through the pelvis and the shoulders. So if she wants to move around, she tends to, which is more what, let's say what a snake would do, you know what I mean, for lack of a better analogy. Oh my goodness, she is right here. We can get you a toy, whatever you'd like.
Toby wants. Can you pass a sleepy over there?
So see, the bulk of her movements is coming more through here versus the countering through here. So it's not so much that she's, quote, low tone and everything, it's just, again, catching where the function of the movement's coming from and then how to change it. But the reason it's hard to change is because when she goes to move, the foot wants to stay straight, the knee wants to stay straight, instead of when she reaches for something where the knee will curl it.
Hi. Okay, you're slinky.
Oh, thanks for finishing fixing it. This is the best part about class. Not so much coming to see me, but I think they get such a kick watching the other kids doing other stuff. So you can see where, more so, I want to say it's CBI. I'm going to try and get Diane in. I don't know, it's the day before Christmas tomorrow, but, because I think he's catching him out of the corner, and then catching him. Yeah. There he goes. See, now he's more straight on. He's gotten used to seeing him. Let me start checking him out. But even in that straight on, if you watch him, I'm sure his eyes would be checking it out and checking it out. But this is exactly though what I was just trying to do. He's sitting one way, but he's looking over there. The function that comes from the social vision, you can't buy that. I mean, that's why I try and create an environment where these kids are doing these kind of things. It can be very frustrating for the parent because they're like, oh, all these people are around, my kid's not getting, they need purposeful learning. But if you can touch them in a certain way, but at the same time where this vision's going on, where they're checking out their peers and doing that, like working the room, it is so much more beneficial for their cognitive and social development. Like autism, that's the biggest problem is they're not checking out things, they're fine in their own little world, and there's kids that are introverted, but that's different than being having social vision malfunctions. Yeah, all my kids for some reason are like same age. Santino, this, a lot of my kiddos. Harley just turned 3 in October. I don't know where the heck they are though.
They were supposed to go.
Oh, there's. She usually, unless she oversleeps, she'll call me when the kids are sick or something like that.
Are you noticing anything else in the ribs? Rotating because of the spine?
Here. Hey. Okay, when she's done, I'll show you.
Wait!
Now, she does this more when she's kind of upset, where she flails the legs.
Hey,
Jay!
baby, what? Yeah, he loves this skit. It's like his favorite thing.
So what I did was, for this, is I'm trying to get her sternum to.
That's over.
Davidson will appreciate that. Do you think that big boy's goofy?
He's kind of like my brother, but he's not.
Well, how old is brother? 4. Oh, okay.
A little bigger.
What? Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you too. Tomorrow, or unless you have it on you, can you bring that silicone thing? I need to get it in her mouth. It's killing me.
Is it here?
If it's not,
Oh, it's in the basket.
okay. I mean, because not only, see, so what I'm doing here, so if I pull this now, I get it, she's looking at the slinky, but the face, she's not torquing through the cheekbones. So what I want to do literally is like twist through her upper.
Is there any way you could do it with bare hands?
She has teeth. I don't let her. Yeah, well,
She totally doesn't buy it. We just noticed that her bite's like,
all right. You can entertain her. I know, baby.
are these sore?
Well, not many kids want their. So okay, just from that little bit. Let's see if that made a difference.
You're okay.
That's why I said entertaining.
Blue? Hey.
See the difference? Just from that little bit.
That's huge. And where did you rotate around?
Like, Now I'm gonna do the other side. Now, what, change the subject, but going into the maxillaries and stuff. So what happens are, so what people don't realize is, do you see the amount of nasal cavity that goes into? Now, these are the only vertical lines in the human body, in the nasal septum. There's no other bone that's straight in the human body, right? So here. So when a child doesn't present with tummy time, that kind of thing, or rolling, what they're not getting is the centrifugal force of the mucus through the nasal cavities. So especially when the eyes become more stagnant or they look only in one direction, they don't work side to side, they also don't get input not only to the nasal cavities, but to the two bridges. So it's almost like flying buttresses here in architecture. Do you see that? Now, a pediatric skull is going to be different than an adult skull. So sorry that I can't show the difference. But if you actually look at the structure, do you see how it's almost like that neat rock in Utah? You know what I mean? That it just, there's a whole bridge work that needs to be done here. So since I can't get in here literally and torque that skull, right? So, because if you look at typical vision, a child's going to be, maybe you should get a bit more of me on the video, sorry. And you can really see this in Arlie, so I wish she was here to. A typical child kind of does this and this, you know, and they look, I always know when a child's in trouble, especially around the age of 2, because they look like this. You'll see this kind of, oh, I'm here, I'm sorry. I had to show mommy, explain to mommy. So what happens with here too, right? So see when she rolls, her eyes want to go up, right? Versus her eyes rolling into that. So that pressure and that movement doesn't go through the nasal orbit, but it also doesn't go through down through the teeth, through here, right? So what I'm doing is I kind of hold the head here and I come here and I'm just twisting, but I'm trying to get not so much the palate, but the inner cranium bones to feel that. So if I'm shifting my pelvis, do you see how I study my balance? So I counter this way, as well as if I turn this way, how I can counter. So I'm always looking in this section, like just picture this section of your mouth, just feel that, and switch through your pelvis. And feel how much that area counters your movements and works with that. So especially too, or if I get like Arthur again, I'm not picking on anybody, but more of the thumb sucking, or even the thumb sucking with this. Do this and feel what it does to your palate. Now bring your arm around. Do you see right there how it pulls?
Oh.
And almost right and through here. Do you see? Feel the difference in the just the tension. Yeah. That's different, right?
Right.
So now when he goes to do something like look. So just feel how, see how it makes you top heavy, right? So now most people would say, oh, that's because his muscles are weak in his back.
He just did that.
Right. But are his muscles weak in his back, or he does not know how to counter that kind of momentum? And she has the same thing. She's not as much as she used to, where she just tip her head back.
So you can see?
But see the difference. Through here. But see where Ariana's different. She listens to this and she's like, oh, okay, and starts playing with it. Well, she does, I swear to God.